Presented by McDonald's of Glasgow, it's time for the Brown Sports Bag. Here's your host, James Brown.
I want to thank Coach Sam Royse, Glasgow baseball coach, for joining us to talk to us about his seniors this year. And tonight, of course, we are honoring the seniors, not just in baseball and softball, but all sports and across the district as a whole for Glasgow and over at Barren County as well. And we'll be talking to those folks here shortly. Coach Royse, I think you have 7 seniors. And just real quick, what can you tell me about your 7 seniors, who they are, as a matter of fact?
Well, again, this year, James, we had another solid class of seniors. They were enjoyable in the brief time that we were with them. And we were certainly looking forward to these youngsters competing on the baseball field. And individually, we had a young man by the name of Lucas Goodson who had been with us all the way since middle school. And Lucas was a right-hand pitcher, and he had worked very hard all fall long. We felt like he was going to come into his own and be at his very best this year, and we were really looking forward to watching him compete. Jaden Franklin, who is no stranger to anybody around these parts, big, strong, athletic, talented young man, and like all the seniors, so that I don't sound redundant, we're just so looking forward to watching our guys play. You know, we really wanted to see how Jaden was going to perform his senior year. Just a remarkable talent. Tanner Abernathy, who we moved to the outfield last year and had a beautiful season going before he came up sick, swinging the bat, playing good defensively. You know, with Tanner could really run and had a remarkable season. And it was going to be fun to see if he could to repeat the same type of year he had last year, even get close to it, because he really was having a remarkable, outstanding baseball season last year. Nick Sorrell, I've known Nick for, my goodness, for many, many years, and he's just a talented, sweet, kind-souled individual. And as I said, it was just going to be fun watching him develop this year, watching him play this year, how far he had come from last year's baseball season. Talented individual that can swing the bat and can really run and can defend and do the things that are involved in those aspects of the game. We were gonna see, and we were really keeping fingers crossed and hoping that Nick could help us from the mound this year, because he does have a really good arm. Next is Justin Coop, the kid that's not played a whole lot for us, been in the program since middle school, worked very hard all fall, all winter long, strength. Senior year was going to get an opportunity to get on the field and compete, how he could help our ball club perform. And but a good boy, and it makes it more disappointing. It's disappointing. It makes it more disappointing for these guys. We're just, you know, in their senior year and going to finally get a chance to get out there and compete. Mm-hmm. The next boy I mentioned is Tucker Kirkpatrick, who had gotten hurt during basketball season and actually was going to forego baseball this year and have his knee repaired and whatnot. And he didn't quit. He just decided he was going to have this procedure done and he wasn't going to be able to play. But nevertheless, he was part of us, and he had come to a practice or two. And in his brief time here at Glasgow, he certainly has left his mark. And I'm telling you, just a beautiful, kind-hearted soul Tucker is, without question. And finally is Weston Wyden, a young man who moved in here a few years ago and only decided to play baseball last year. He really worked hard at his game on his own, individually, worked hard at his game and really had developed some skills. And like I've already repeated myself about 6 times, he was going to get the opportunity to get out there and to see where he fit into the lineup, see how he fit into the grand scheme of our baseball team this year. But and he had come a long way. with his skills. So overall, just a good bunch of seniors. We were really looking forward to it, James. We were really looking forward to it, and I'm happy that there's some sort of this tonight is going to happen, or some sort of recognition and honoring of all these athletes across our region and across the country, for that matter. I haven't given up hope on things that could happen, and been missing these guys and thinking of these guys. And I appreciate you talking to me and letting me say a couple words about our guys, and because they are good guys.
Well, Coach, I want to thank you for joining us and talking about your 7 seniors. And people can go out and check out the lights tonight. I know they can't get into the city park where Richardson Field is, but they'll still be able to see the lights are on.
James, thank you. That's right.
That is Coach Sam Royse, Glasgow Baseball. Thank you for joining us, Coach Royse.
Thank you, James.
Presented by McDonald's of Glasgow, it's back to the studio with James and John, the Brown Sports Bag.
I want to thank Barren County baseball coach Blake Crabtree for joining us to talk a little bit about his seniors this year. They are lighting up their field tonight in honor of the baseball seniors, but also I think all the seniors in the class this year, class of 2020. Coach Crabtree, can you tell me a little bit about your 5 seniors that you have this year?
Yeah, so again, we have 5 seniors. 4 of the 5 have been with the program their entire high school career. The other has played 3 years, and it's going to be a special time just to recognize the seniors tonight for that class of 2020. Right now, we're still hoping things somehow will work out and we can put that jersey on at some point. But to kick us off here, we've got Merrick Coulter. He's a 4-year baseball player. He's a infielder and pitcher. Me and Merrick have talked quite a bit, and we're hoping to get the opportunity for him to play at the next level there. Great kid, hard worker, and will do anything that is asked of him. So hopefully, again, we can get that jersey on one time and get him out there for another outing. Next senior we have is Mason Gillen. Mason is again a 4-year baseball player. He's an outfielder and pitcher, and he's pitched a lot of big games for the program, and he would do so this year if given the opportunity. He's been a great contributor to the program on and off the field. He works hard no matter what we're doing, whether it's school related or it's athletics. So again, Mason Gillen there is a 4-year baseball player as well. The next one we have is Jacob Jones. Jacob, again, is a 4-year baseball player. He was going to be used more as like a utility guy this year, outfield and infield, kind of depending on who was on the mound there. And Jacob is a hard worker. Never have any issues out of him. He's a great teammate and someone that you can look to do anything, whether it's baseball related, whether it's working on the field, whether you need something outside of the baseball program. Jacob is a great role model for those younger guys there. The next one we have is Jackson Mutter. Jackson is an outfielder and pitcher. He is a 4-year baseball player as well, and he's a left-handed pitcher. He was going to be, playing in the outfield when he wasn't pitching. He is another guy that is very strong academically, hard worker. Again, that is, in the classroom and on the field, and another great role model for those younger guys. And then we have Nate Simpson. Nate Simpson is, I believe he's played 3 years, and he was going to be used as a utility guy. Could be in the outfield, could be in the infield, and was going to pitch a little bit. And he's something. He's a quiet kid, but he'll do anything on the field that you ask of him. Whether that's get a sacrifice bunt down, whether that's a short relief there on the mound to get 3 outs. He's a guy that you can count on day in, day out to do things the right way and play the game the right way. So all 5 of these seniors, again, hopefully we're not going to lose hope there that we can get on that field and get that uniform on a couple of times this year and get those guys some innings. But all 5 of them, great kids, and I really believe all 5 of them will do big things outside of the baseball field there. In life in general, I really think you'll see them doing something career-wise that could help us as far as the community, later down the road there.
Yep. Coach Crabtree, I want to thank you for joining us and talking to us about your 5 seniors. You guys will have your field lit up tonight, is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then people can drive by and observe the honoring of the seniors for 2020.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
All right. Coach Crabtree, thank you, and good luck going forward.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Presented by McDonald's of Glasgow, it's back to the studio with James and John, the Brown Sports Bag.
I want to thank Coach Kaleb Crowe, Glasgow softball coach, for joining me to talk about his seniors this year. They are lighting up the fields there at Glasgow High School, the new softball field. First year it's actually been up and running. And Coach Crowe, thank you, and tell me a little bit. I think you have 3 seniors. Can you tell me a little bit about the seniors with your program this year?
Absolutely can do, and thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Our 3 seniors this year are on Opus, Macy Wilkerson, and Ella Darst. They have all been in the program for a really long time. I believe all more than 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Autumn is going to be our starting fifth fielder. She has played varsity and started, I think, for 4 years. Maybe more. She was going to be one of our better hitters, and we were looking at her as a coach almost in our outfield. Another one of our seniors, Macy Wilkerson. She's been playing varsity for a few years as well. She was going to be our right fielder and our catcher. She had a really big bat. We could count on her to drive in runs. We were looking at her to hit cleanup. She was shifting to catch varsity for the first time this year. We were asking her to do something she hadn't done a whole lot of, and she was willing to do it. And we're looking forward to, if we still get the chance, her doing that. And then another one of our seniors, Ella Darst. She was going to be our first baseman. Another big bat that we can count on. She'd been playing varsity for a while. All 3 of these girls were fine examples of what it means to be a leader. They were going beyond what we asked them to do in practice to help our younger girls. They were setting what they wanted their image to be moving forward. And I still think that regardless of what happens this season, they're going to leave a good positive mark on the program.
Right. As I understand it, the lights on the softball field will be on there behind the high school, and people, can they drive through the school parking lot just to kind of review?
Yes. From my understanding, the gate to the field will still be locked,
mm-hmm.
but they can go to the parking lot and they can park and see everything lit up. There's a couple of pretty good views from that parking lot to be able to see everything.
Mm-hmm. Coach Crowe, I know this is your first season with the program, and this has probably been a challenge for you. How have you managed to communicate with your players to kind of keep them in a positive frame of mind?
Well, the best thing that we have is the Remind app, where we can send out messages to our girls. I've been in communication with parents from time to time to check in with them. Our girls, Heidi Jackson, one of our sophomores, made a video that ended up being shown by Governor Andy Beshear. So we're just doing little odds and end things to try to stay close as best we can.
Yeah, I saw that. You guys gained some state notoriety from your video there. Congratulations on that, and that seems like to be a very positive thing you guys are doing in order to kind of stay connected while also practicing the safe guidelines that have been set forth by the governor.
Yes, that's the only things we really particularly can do. This is unprecedented. We can't really see our girls, can't see our teammates. So we try whatever we can to still feel like that family.
Gotcha. Well, Coach Crowe, I want to thank you for joining us and talking about your three seniors. And we obviously have all of our fingers crossed that we will be able to get in some sort of season before this is all said and done.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Presented by McDonald's of Glasgow, it's back to the studio with James and John, the Brown Sports Bag.
I want to thank Coach Daryl Murphy for joining us, Barren County Trojanette softball coach. Coach, you don't have any seniors this year, but you guys are doing something special for the seniors around the 4th region. Why don't you tell me about that?
Yeah, James, for the first time in about 20 years of coaching, we do not have a senior on this year's team. So the coaching staff and I were talking about kind of what we could do to honor those seniors during the event tonight at Trojanette Field. And what we came up with is we would like to call off the names of each one of the seniors from the other 16 schools in the 4th region. A lot of those girls have played at Trojanette Field or were scheduled to come to Trojanette Field this year to play a game. So, again, since we didn't have a senior, we wanted to do that. We did a little research, and there's about 50-plus seniors. So we're just going to take time out tonight during that 20-minute, 20-second time frame. And for the other 16 schools, we're just going to spend just a few seconds announcing those kids' names and numbers over and their schools over the PA at Trojanette Field.
You had 3 seniors last year, and you couldn't imagine the circumstance that you would have been in and having to forego possibly their senior year in total. And so this kind of struck you this would be a way for you to kind of honor the other seniors in the area.
That's right, James. I've been talking to a lot of the coaches in the 4th region, and I know Coach Crowe and Coach Bunton and Coach Turner, all the coaches here in the 15th district. They have seniors, and we had 3 really good seniors last year, Mallory Pettigo, Hayden Sutherland, and Maddie Hagan. They were a big part of a record-breaking year for Barren County, and I could not have imagined maybe what those coaches are going through this spring, just telling those kids, hey, we can't come to the ballpark for practice. We can't have a game this week. We can't do this. You're not going to have your senior year. You're not going to have the district tournament, the regional tournament, possibly the state tournament to look forward to. So we just kind of thought, man, that would be a tough year for those coaches and for those players. And so we just kind of wanted to say, as a opposing coach and program, we respect the time. A lot of these girls have been playing probably since they've been 6, 8 years old, and their culminating event a lot of time is their senior year in high school, and now they're not going to have that. And for us, we could not have imagined not having that last year for those 3 girls. So again, we just want to make a positive statement how those 50-plus seniors have impacted Barren County in their competition against us, and we just wanted to recognize and honor them in a way that we thought we could. And so by announcing their names and numbers and schools one last time at Trojanette Field, even though they're not there, is a way that we're going to try to accomplish that tonight.
Yeah, and people can come to the campus and drive to the campus and listen and check out the lights being on at the baseball and softball field, and I think the tennis courts and that kind of thing, and the track. But they shouldn't probably get out of their car, or congregate in any areas, right?
And that's true, James. Everybody's learning a new system called social distancing, and that's something that Coach Cunningham, he's kind of, as our athletic director, he's put the word out, as all the other athletic directors have. Our campus is pretty wide open, and so you can, if it were me, I would just drive through and see our entire campus. Start out at the track field and work your way up baseball, softball, and then the back of the campus is our tennis courts. And we're encouraging folks not to stop. Roll down your windows, take pictures, and then listen possibly if you're there at that particular time that we're doing the announcing of those. But again, it's just a great way for the 4th region as a whole to honor the seniors from these spring sports that are not getting to compete right now.
Right. Well, Coach Murphy, thank you for talking to us about this. And, of course, thank you for doing this for all of the other seniors in the 4th region. I'm sure it would be greatly appreciated.
Well, James, thanks for everything that you do, and hopefully these senior girls will be able to put those high school uniforms on one last time and maybe take a step on a softball field somewhere before the spring-summer season is up.
Very true. All right. Thank you very much, Coach Murphy.